Hi guys, it's ShishKebabber1 coming right back at you with an all-new Boom Beach video. Well, guys, the name of this video is Parking, or the theme at least. Park, 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 it's time to park. We sort of alluded to the different reasons for parking in the last video. So anyway, we've made it to rank 25. How did we do it? Well, jumping into that tech tree for one last time this season. You can take a look, pretty much got everything. We rode brick the entire time. Never got Kavan, never got bullet. But what we did do was go straight to that building health. And when we did that, we were able to rise up into 25 pretty easily. Then we tried to go for legendary. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. And we actually dropped out of 25 a little bit. And then we got right back in, looking at the log. And we just parked. We said, you know what, we're good. We're happy with 25. Yeah, you know, legendary would have been better, but I think 25 is pretty good. I guess we could do a, we'll do the replay for the, you know, the final hit for the park. We'll go double time. What was I doing here? Looks like 3 heavy choppers, 4 rocket choppers, 1 bombardier, brick, and battle orders. This guy had the building health. Name of the game, generally, is just to barrage 2 of the sky shields out. Wait, this guy did not have building health. When they have building health, the name of the game is to barrage 2 sky shields out and just kind of set up your Hail Mary. But judging by how I'm also barding out this dude's ER, he did not have the building health. Yeah, this guy, oh yeah, that's right, he was lower ranked, and I only got 4 stars off of this dude, but it was just enough to squeak back in. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah, this was last night. It's been 24 hours. I was debating whether or not to continue the push today, but I just didn't see a point. I mean, if I can't hit legendary, then, you know, what's the point? I mean, I could have had some more stars in 25, I suppose, but why risk it for the biscuit, you know what I mean? We're in good position for next season anyway. We went past rank 24.5, which puts us into rank 14? Yeah, I believe so, for next season's start. So, you know, it's just going to be a short video. Just wanted to give you guys a follow-up to let you know the status of the season. Thanks for going along for the ride. I hope the tips have helped out. I guess we could reflect on the season a little bit. You know, I mean, I enjoyed it at the start. I guess the highlights, the positives here, I sort of touched on it earlier, was the fact that I actually took brick the entire season. From beginning to, well, pretty much end, you know, 3 days till the finish, because we parked last night, technically. So that was cool, you know. I can't remember a season in recent memory where brick was really strong, and especially strong this long. I don't think that's ever happened. So that was pretty cool. You know, and we had a little bit of diverse metas at the start of things, you know, whether or not to go down the rabbit hole to get the heavies and all that. You know, we definitely saw some design elements that looked like they might have been inspired by my tree from the previous season, you know, in terms of just the pathing choices. Overall tech choices, the nodes that populate those paths, I think we still see the same overall, like, you know, let's just call it supercell logic, just the way they've done things in the past, you know. For instance, a node like the Grenadier right here. I mean, what is he doing there? Like, he's clearly a key vacuum, as Chicken likes to call it. I mean, it's only there to, you know, slow you down from getting, what, 1 extra boom cannon? Whoop-de-doo. So, I mean, things like these aren't very compelling choices. Now, don't get me wrong, this extra boom cannon is nice, but it's only nice for, like, 2 types of people. Well, 3, I suppose. The third group is just people that are making mistakes, okay? But for the people that are not making mistakes, it only applies to 2 types. And that's either going to be the people that went Dirty 6, where they actually have the tech to go back and fill it out, because honestly, the relative value in going there is so low compared to all the other choices, you would never want to go there under a normal circumstance. Or people that have already gone all the way to the end, like they hit legendary early, they've got all the tech in the world, and they're just trying to put the cherry on top. Well, there's the cherry on top, proverbially speaking. But it's just not a compelling choice, you know? And I feel like this tree still lacked a lot of those tough choices overall. But I think it's an improvement. I like the design, I like the layout. We technically had 2 rabbit holes, as I like to call it, basically detours from a forward progression, right? We had this one early in 2ER to get the stats and the heavies, but then there was a second one, more or less, all the way over here in 6ER to come pick up the heavy choppers. Because I do like that bifurcation of decision making. It can lead to some interesting choices when the nodes are populated appropriately. And I mean, for instance, even in this season, as I was pushing in, let's say farming my chests to get to building health, I did notice some of the people that already had got to building health before me. You know how they did that? They didn't get the heavy choppers. They were just using rifle bombardiers. So, and they did well. I mean, they were able to make the attack work, and clearly the building health was a very nice, effective tech node to get to. So that was a smart choice. Was it the best choice? Well, I guess it depends on the player. But I like the fact that we have those choices in the tree. Now the negatives. I mean, do I need to say it? It's pretty obvious. Heck, we're looking right at it on the screen. The heavy chopper. I mean, this thing is just too overpowered. It needs to be nerfed. I mean, it really changes the dynamic of any type of metascape that exists in the game, and it forces it in one direction, and that's a direction that involves heavy chopper. The troop is just way too overpowered, was never balanced properly, and I think particularly it's way too overpowered for warships, because, you know, there's like two types of balance to Boom Beach. There's like main island balance, and then there's warships balance, and the big difference is like victory conditions. On the main island, it's just a simple attack versus defense calculation, you know? If you have enough attack versus the defense, in theory, you should win. I mean, I'm really simplifying it, right? But for warships, there's a whole other element, which of course is speed. And I don't know if that all gets factored in properly in the design of heavy chopper. Point being, you know, I was sort of mocking it in a way with doing those heavy chopper rushes earlier, and keep in mind, I knew that I was just able to do that because of my tech advantage, I know, but it was still, I mean, nothing I said in these videos was wrong. I mean, it was still a reliable, solid hit. Was it the best competitive hit to, you know, to reach the highest levels? No, of course not, but I'm pretty sure I'd sold it that way in the first place. The point is, though, it's a very viable option, and one that becomes available when heavy chopper enters, and when it's not really reined in through stat balancing and things like this, you know, you can have metas that develop like that, and it ultimately turns into the same thing every stinking warships, right? So, and I think it really felt like that again here at the end, you know, heavy chopper, rocket chopper, heavy chopper, bombardier. And it kind of depended, by the way, what your final meta was based on the building health. I did notice that a lot of people, at least in the 25s, the region I was fighting at the end, they were using heavy chopper bombardier. So that might have proven to be the best combo in the end. Just, you know, based on the meta deck layouts and the hits and all that. Whatever. It's interesting, but bottom line is it all involves heavy chopper. And, you know, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, right? So it kind of, you know, I think it ended in the way a lot of other seasons have in the past. But it's cool, and let's see where things go. You know, change takes time, right? And all these things like have lead times, you know, the amount of time it takes between planning and implementation, let's say. So if any changes are to really come about, let's say lessons learned from the previous season, season 31, I honestly wouldn't expect to see any of those lessons reflected until like season 34 or 35. Like I'm guessing there's at least a 3-month lead time, probably. Pure guess. But we're also approaching summer too, and I know that they like to get a lot of stuff done before summer and go on vacations. So who knows? Who knows what all that means? But I just want to throw that out there just because I know there's been a lot of conjecture about the seasons and this and that. Just keep in mind the lead times are an issue too in the development process. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. I think that's it. We'll wrap it up. Hope you guys have a super fantastic, awesome rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed the season. And as always, remember, like others, like always, whatever, be kind to others. Because if you're not, you're just being mean, and mean people suck. Take care.